Right, we're trying out the new tent. Bit of a heads up, I've actually got a roof tent now for the trailer project, but that's for a later time. I've still got things to do with that. But I have just bought myself a new tent. Still got the old one, I've had that for 8 years and still perfectly usable, so we'll keep hold of that. Might be better in the summer because there's plenty of vents, which is one of the reasons why I've actually got rid of it. I use it all year round. Bad weather, wind, rain, and it's done really well, but it's hard to keep warm. There's a lot of vents in the tent and it's a 3-person tent. When there's just me in it, it's quite difficult to keep warm. So we've come out, it's a little bit breezy, not particularly warm, or rather not particularly cold. I think it's going to tiddle it down a little bit this evening, so we need to get things set up. We'll get the awning out on the car, we'll get the tent set up, and well, we'll get a fire going and see how we get on. See you in a minute. Right, we've bought the OEX Jackal 2. Picked it up from Go Outdoors. Obviously it's a little bit cheaper. It's a 2-pole tent, so not as easy to put up as my one that I've just got rid of, but you can see there, it should be extremely waterproof. It's fire retardant, which the other one wasn't, and this just has the one vent and it's a little bit smaller, so when I'm out cold weather this should be a bit easier to warm up. I am going to try it this evening. I've got a small electric heater that I'll run off the trailer and we'll see if that makes any difference. Like I say, it's not particularly cold, but we'll see how it gets on. Right, there is quite a few faffy hooks and clips for the inner tent, and they go all the way back. And at the back there you got one good sized vent, but that is the only one in here, which is what I was looking for. We'll get stuff in. I have treated myself to a new airbed as well. Picked one up from Argos, had 2 of those, and all I was doing was sleeping on the floor. They didn't hold the air for more than a few hours. So yeah, we'll get the other one set up and give this one a try. Also from Go Outdoors. Right, well the airbed we're trying this time is high gear. Just taking it out of the box, and it comes in its own little bag. So we'll get this out and we'll see how it goes. Right, well the bed's pumped up fine. It feels, well, as good as an airbed's going to be. Just fits in lengthwise. Obviously this is a 2-man tent, not really designed for airBeds, so I think this will be a perfect size just for me when I'm on my own. Right, get the rest of the gear in and we'll see if this is still pumped up in the morning. Right, we have with us a small electric heater. This is only 250 watt, I think it is. Yeah. Because we'll be running this off the inverter from the trailer, and we'll see if this makes any difference to the temperature in the tent. It didn't in the last tent, so I'm hoping this one's different. It's not a problem with the tent, but one minor inconvenience is the stopping point is there, halfway up the window. So I can't run the cable in the corner like I would normally do. Not a major issue, but not something I was expecting. Right, we'll get the fire going in a minute. But first things first, I'll have a beer. Got the crap speaker working, so we'll sit down and have a minute, and then we'll finish the rest. Right. Looks like it might be a pleasant evening to start with. Get something to eat. Beer. And then we'll get the fire going. This is Lupine Woods near Haxley. If you're interested, probably not. Guy that runs it, absolutely spot on, no hassle. But, I tend to use it more off season. There's not many people that come here then, so you kind of get the place pretty much to yourself. Very basic, just what you need really. I did bring the solar panels, so I got some 100 watt solar panels from birthday. Getting ever closer to that 50 mark now. But yeah, I haven't bothered plugging them in. It's not particularly sunny. We're only here for one night, so the battery that's in the trailer should be more than enough for what I need. I've got the fridge in the car, so that's using the larger battery that we have in there. So yeah, we're not putting too much drain on it, so I'm not going to get too concerned with that. But yeah, we are pretty much there now. I did mention before, I've just bought this tent, but I have very recently just picked up a second-hand rooftop tent. It's not going on the car, with the chimney being so small it'll be too top heavy, so it's going to go on the trailer. I just need to get a frame made up for it, so if you want to see that, keep an eye out. Phase 1, Phase 2 is already published. Phase 3 will just be the trailer tent, a rooftop tent on the trailer, and possibly an awning for that as well. But yeah, other than that, I'll have my pie, I'll have my beer, and I'll see you again in a minute. Yeah, might be big enough. We'll bring it in a bit. I'm assuming they just press in there. One of them. And one of them. bring the fire round. Well, I'll be honest, it did look bigger in the pictures, but then again, it is an eBay special, so can't expect much else. But you never know. We'll see if it does anything. Let's get this lit, he says. There we go. You know you're bad at fire lighting when you can't even light paper. Let's see if that takes. Right, well, while the fire's taking, we'll have a quick look at the tent. On the outside, it's all set up. Comes with a little rain flap, just to stop the rain dripping in when you've got the door open. I'm not bothering with the guy ropes today. I don't think it's going to be that windy. It might rain, but I don't think the wind's going to be too bad, so we're not going to bother with those too much. The ones at the front you need when you're setting the tent up. Other than that, that's it. Plenty of pegging out points, so it should be okay if the wind does ever pick up, which I have been out in before now. And a vent cover, which I'm just going to leave shut for tonight. Like I say, the old tent I may use a bit through the summer because it's well ventilated and it's a good size. This one I think you'll see more of in the colder months. But no, it seems decent quality. Seems just to be the right size. Let's just hope this one lasts as well as my old one has. I'd say that one's done 8 years, so hopefully this will do just as well. It never seems to amaze me that wherever I put myself, or wherever I put the fire, I always end up with the smoke. I'm not entirely sure how that works. But I have been thinking, it's been 3 or 4 years I think since I last did a walk around of the little chimney. So I think in the next few weeks we'll get that updated. There's been some little changes, the seats, the radio, things like that. So keep an eye out for that. We'll get a walk round done of the little Jeep and see what you guys think to it now. Well, just to prove a point, I've put myself on the other side of the awning and put the fire that side, and the smoke is still blowing this way. Yeah. Well, sitting here, enjoying the peace, and you realise there's people that do this for a living. But I work full time. I come and do this to escape. Yeah, I put the odd video up. It's a bit of a hobby, bit of something to do. But people do this and make money out of it. And you think, if it's a job, do you still enjoy it as much? Because you think, yeah, I would love to sit here drinking beer with a fire, taking the little car out on the lanes, enjoying the countryside. If you can get paid for that, that's got to be good. But does it then become a chore? If you've got to think, I've got to go out, and I've got to do a video, and I've got to make something that people enjoy, which to be fair not many people do with mine, does it then become a bit of a shackle? What do you think? I've put up an old car cover that I keep with me just in case we need a bit of temporary shelter for anything. Thought I'd put that there, try and stop the wind coming through, seeing as we were blowing smoke. Guess what? Smoke's still coming our way. Right, currently showing 14 degrees. So we'll put that on. Runs very, very quiet. We'll give that 10 minutes and check the temperature again. Right, after 10 minutes we've gone up 2 degrees, so I think we're on to a winner. And I'm going to call it a night. See you guys in the morning. Right, good morning. Tent held up nicely. The heater worked absolutely fine. So far, so good. Get a coffee on, get some bacon on, and we'll start packing up. What I have just bought as well is a little surround for the fire, because the flame is very susceptible on these with any kind of breeze. About £5 or £6 off eBay, and it does seem to absolutely work a treat. I saw, it might have been Kent Survivalist I was watching, with a few reviews and things like that on the YouTube. And I saw he'd got one, and it's absolutely cracking. This is the first time I've used it. A little bit of breeze in the air, not a huge amount, but it would normally be affecting the flame. But no, that looks spot on. If you use one of these, that is definitely worth getting. Well, finished my second sandwich, and I think it's time to pack up and head off back. I've got work tonight, so I need to get back and get things sorted. But yeah, overall, good test of everything. Happy with how everything's gone, so yeah, see you on the next one.